As I travel in a van with my little family of 4, we find ourselves staying in places we would have never chosen otherwise. Harvest Hosts is a membership that allows free overnight stays at breweries, vineyards, farms, and other local mom-and-pop establishments across the country. It's how we've been able to stay at gorgeous wineries in the mountains of upstate New York and farms out in Colorado. Living in a van also means following the weather, especially for us since we don't have heat or AC. With the holidays approaching, we lingered around Florida to be near family and stay where the weather would be best for us and our 2 dogs, Miles and Potato. That's how we ended up at the Oaks Golf Course in Crescent City, Florida. The sign outside the golf course looked like it was made in Microsoft Paint on Windows 95, certainly made by someone who lacked the skill of graphic design but gave an honest effort. As we pulled in, we passed a broken-down trailer surrounded by what looked like junkyard scraps. Now, I'd be lying if I said we weren't a little sketched out from when we first arrived. We planned to stay for 4 days, which quickly changed into a conversation about whether it was best for us to leave. But we opted to stay, and I'm so unbelievably glad that we did. Inside, we were met by a woman working the bar, taking orders, and running the show inside the diner by herself. She greeted us with a kind of warmth that immediately disarms you. Shortly after, the new club manager came over to make sure we had everything we needed. She offered us free golf clubs for our stay and even told us we could take a golf cart out for a joyride around the course. Every time we walked back into the dining area, we met someone new. Staff, regulars, people who were a part of the community who knew each other well. One woman insisted I take down her number while we were in the area, just in case we needed anything. Now you'll have someone local to call, she said. Each person I met continued to push something in me that I didn't realize needed pushing. I'm not sure when I started becoming so judgmental of people before I even had a chance to meet them. The town I lived in before we moved into a van left a terrible taste in my mouth, thinking you know someone when you ultimately find out their true colors. I once was a woman who saw the best in everyone and eventually became a woman who assumed the worst. Being here reminded me of something incredibly important. You can't judge a book by the sign outside the golf course. The longer we stayed, the more beautiful people I began meeting. I overheard a woman talking about how she's trying to heal from the loss of someone in her life. She talked about how she didn't want to pretend it didn't happen. She wanted to feel everything, to feel through the pain. She wanted to live on her 10 acres in the middle of nowhere, Florida, tend to her animals, and connect with the people in her community. And in the midst of it all, she wanted to feel every ounce of sadness that comes along with existing through her grief. Jason and I sat inside to work, and we watched like flies on the wall as people would come in and out of the diner throughout the day. Another server, whose voice sounded as if she smoked for 30 years, shouted from across the room. Her voice carried across the green carpet and worn tables as she told us all about Jan and Bob. Everyone knows Jan and Bob, who come in for karaoke every Thursday. And now we've learned Bob had a heart attack. Now everyone knew Bob was diagnosed with cancer. Now everyone could be there for Jan and Bob. But it wasn't just the golf course, it was the whole town. Jason and I stopped at the post office to mail Christmas presents to our family. While we were packing boxes, a woman in her early 80s walked in with a fresh batch of peanut brittle for the man working the counter. "You get the best batch," she told him. "The last one wasn't my best, so this one's for you." So like I said, you can't judge a book by the sign outside the golf course. The people inside the walls of this place have been nothing but amazing, and I'm so sorry I ever thought otherwise. But this is a part of this journey of living in a van and traveling full-time, going places and meeting people you would have never otherwise, to expose parts of yourself that need to be faced and seeing the work that needs to be done to become the person you want to be. You never know what someone is carrying. You can't judge what you don't know. And at the end of the day, we're all just people who are hurting, healing, loving, surviving. We're all just people trying to figure it out the best we know how. Well, it's official. After probably a month and a half of being in the East Coast, we are finally leaving Florida. today, and we will be making our way up to South Carolina slowly over the next couple of days to be with family for Christmas and the New Year. And then after that, we're going to be heading west. So this is officially our last hurrah today in Florida. Pretty wild. I've been missing out on joy because a long time ago, I stopped saying yes to life. I stopped creating and sharing because I felt like I didn't have anything worth saying in an ocean of people all saying the same thing. I didn't want to be judged for my work because I cared too much about what other people thought. I stopped trying new things because other responsibilities took priority. My brain became wired to say, don't spend your money on that, or what's the point, or maybe later. But traveling in a van has changed so much for me. It's forced me to become the main character of my own life rather than living on the sidelines. Now I go fishing as I watch the sunrise and set. I'm learning how to golf, a sport I once joked about being the last thing I would ever do. And on one of the last nights at the golf course, I did something I haven't done since elementary school. I asked to sit down at a table of complete strangers and join them. And let me tell you, I belly laughed until I cried, making new friends for life. I'll forever be grateful to the people at the Oaks. They reminded me of joy and of life and how it doesn't need to all be taken so seriously. They gave me the much-needed nudge to never judge a person or a place before you get to know them. I can't wait to see what else this journey of van life has in store for me. All I can say is 2026 is going to be quite the year.